Sonia, are you perhaps stealthy? Maybe you could go... He makes little steppy motions with his hands. Sneak into the tower? Scout for us?
Maybe?
I'll stay nearby and I'll try to back you up with my, stick.
This is how my character dies horribly in the first game.
Or I'll be right there with you.
So Sonia will slowly get up off the ground where they were sitting in a confused heap, and try to go check out the tower all sneaky like.
Alright, tell me how you're trying to be sneaky.
Oh, a woman in her mid-30s who's maybe watched some cartoons as a kid is probably trying to walk quietly and maybe using a little bit of that exaggerated haha being sneaky walk. I don't know.
Elrook will chime in. As a police officer, I actually do know about moving in stealth. Let me give you a quick lesson on how to do it. Then trying to use his police experience of when he's had to, like, sneak around buildings, sort of show her how to work stealth like that.
Alright, I was gonna say do stealth with disadvantage, but since he's helping you, that cancels out the disadvantage. So just roll a straight stealth, because the things he's showing you kind of spark something in your mind.
Alright, let's see what the cat drags out.
Sigh.
So you go in, you see large cylinder room, stairs winding around to the top, a giant bell crashed into the floor on the ground. The incessant sound of chains rattling about.
Alright, she'd kind of lean back out the doorway and say, like, I don't see much in here.
Jim nods and proceeds in after her.
Are you sure it's safe to go in there?
If you see us running out, screaming in a couple of seconds, the answer is no.
Permanent cave. Amazing. This girl will just walk in, you'll see her body kind of shift weirdly, and it goes into this kind of like the other cat person, only more like a lion cat person, and big.
Maria's again just dropping. What?
Neat. I like it. Well, it's not that crazy, is it? A bunch of us are animalish as it is.
Rain on broad leaves and give like a little gesture of respect. Thank you for blessing me.
It would be safer for them and for all of us if we all went in with them. Safety in numbers and all.
Alright, now I thought we were not doing shooting until next week. Now you told me I had perfectly enough time to start writing this scene, okay? I don't know what you guys think you're doing, and I love the costumes and they look great and everything, but come on, I did not hear the countdown. And this is all coming from a relatively short elf woman with like really blonde hair, and she's just kind of tromping up in scale mail, and it's almost like she doesn't even realize what she's wearing.
Becky, shut the fuck up. Maria's just suddenly looming.
No. Okay, obviously, no. Becky, we fired last week. I'm Alyssa.
Maria just kind of looks up and down at this little blonde thing and is like, no, what I'm saying is you are a Becky.
Lady V just kind of raises her hands like, we kind of went through. I don't think you're in your body.
So, Alyssa, hi, Yuna, nice to meet you. Nice to meet all of you, of course. sounds like you're an actor from everything you just said. This isn't a movie or a play or anything, and this may not be a dream either. This might well be real. You're not wherever you expect to be. You're in a different place.
Okay, so we're doing season 2. Okay, I got it. Love the prosthetic, by the way. It looks fantastic. Fantastic staying in character. Right, okay, so what am I?
No, there's no season, there's no director, there's no stage. That's not happening.
Uh-huh. And she's looking at you like, oh, this is just another day at the park for her. Yeah, you totally, method acting, I love it.
And as that conversation's going, Lady V just kind of walks over and just looks down to her and says, I'm still adjusting with this, but I'm going to tell you very quickly. This is kind of real. And just probably puts her cold robotic hand right on her arm.
OMG! Oh my goodness! Did Sam do this? Did he come up with this? This looks amazing!
He's a robot.
I just kind of pass her chest where everything's supposed to be. I don't have things.
Maria pops her head and part of her tail out and kind of wobbles as she's effectively doubled up on herself and just kind of yells at the others, "Hey, are you shits coming inside or not?"
Yeah,
we definitely have to go inside. Okay, let's go.
You enter the room and see the same thing. A crumbling tower with stairs spiraling upward to nothingness and a broken bell on the floor.
Oh, wow, this is cool.
So the first thing I'd like to do is look around and see if there's anything I can use. First I want to see is there a ceiling on this place?
There is a ceiling high above where the bell used to hang. There are chains hanging down.
Where the bell used to hang. Okay. And is there anything I can use for firewood? Old barrels, old tables, old chairs, something I can break down and try and warm it up in here a little bit.
Well, you could use the arrow that's flying at Sonya right now. Sonya, what's your armor class?
16.
Alright, so 4 points of damage to you. Not to,
It's half my current health.
Oh god!
Welcome to level 1. And then these two run out from behind the bell. Maria, what's your armor class?
11?
Alright. So two goblins come running out. And one of them rushes at the snake lady and swings with a scimitar and scratches her for 3 points of damage. Swings it across and you kind of feel this burn as the blade cuts through your arm.
Maria starts screaming.
And then, Elric, your armor class is 13.
Yep.
Alright, so the second goblin runs up to you and swings at you, but you're so much thinner in this new form that it just swings right by you. Sonya, perception check. And anyone else who wants to make a perception check to figure out where the arrow first came from. Alright, so Alyssa and Yuna both notice the goblin standing way above, holding a bow and laughing down at you. That's their goblin laugh. So let's roll initiative. So to begin, the goblin up at top will switch his aim to Lady Middleton. Middleton, roll the luck.
9 total.
Alright. Alright, so he shoots the arrow and it just splinters on the ground beside you.
There's just that brief look of surprise. It's like, excuse the hell out of you!
Maria, your turn.
Maria's pretty freaked out. And just kind of screams and, pushes their hands towards the creature, and she is going to cast Poison Spray.
I guess this is sort of a reaction thing. Let's say your body just takes over and does it automatically, so you don't have to worry about rolling to see if it works or not. And he rolled a 3.
Four.
So you reach out your hand and going, ah! This green spray just shoots out and covers the goblin, and he goes, ah! His parts of him starts to kind of smoke. He's not looking too healthy.
And Maria's also screaming something, holy fuck, something, Sigourney Weaver.
And then this one's going to swing at Elric again. 10 doesn't hit, right?
Correct.
Alright, so he slashes out again, and once again, much nimbler than you felt in a long time, you're able to just step out of the way. And then, I don't know where I got to. St. Yuna's turn.
First thing, Yuna's gonna shout at them. Hey! All of you! Leave the 3 of you! Leave them alone! You wanna cut someone, cut me! I don't matter!
Aww.
Alright? How about that? And I guess that's, I guess that's persuasion.
You're gonna try to persuade them to stop? Alright, go ahead.
Would that count as an action? Some DMs rule differently on that.
Well, if you're actually gonna try to use this as opposed to just yelling it at them, then it would count as an action. It depends on your intent. If you really want to make a persuasion check to try to stop them, then that, yes.
Well, do they look like they even care?
Well, you can give me a perception check for that for free.
Okay.
You can't tell, from their weird little faces what they're feeling, but they don't seem to be, intent on doing anything but attacking.
He's gonna look at the one that's up on the stairs, taking shots at them, and then he's gonna look at it at his shield and just say, whoever you are, damn it, do something! And he's gonna try and cast. I'm gonna try and cast Sacred Flame at the one on the stairs.
Alright. And you rolled an 8. You're doing good on some things and bad on others. So, he's distracted by you calling out to him, and does not jump out of the way in time. And the burst of flame shoots around him, and it's a 1d8.
Yeah, it, 3 radiant damage.
He's looking
Wait. Wait, did I just... What the hell?
And it is Sonia's turn.
Well, I don't think I could.
Run away!
You know what? Honestly, yeah, she's just gonna kind of fuck off a bit.
Pretty reasonable reaction given the circumstances.
Yeah.
And is that everything?
Yeah, she's just like,
Yeah, totally
you know,
incorrect. And then it's Elric's turn.
As he dodges the blows, Elric sort of feels this kinship with his other self and kind of half conscious thought, half reaction, half remembering the spell from when he read the spell book earlier, throws out his hands, brings them together, and attempts to cast Burning Hands. Stop, or I'll open fire! Again.
So the one farthest away goes, "Ah!" is now flaming, but still is alive. The one closest to you goes, "Ah!" and just turns into a smoking puddle of disgusting grossness.
Good, we have something we can use for firewood now.
That will smell terrible.
It already does. Are you gonna move or anything?
Yeah, he'll go after Sonia and, like, sort of protectively stand between her and the threat.
And Alyssa.
So Alyssa's gonna go, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, and then shoot her crossbow at the one in front of Maria.
Alright. That hits.
I'm sorry.
So you grab the crossbow, and your hands just seem to automatically know what they're doing, but the rest of you just kind of shaking as you point it, and you just hit the trigger without really thinking about it. And somehow the bolt just goes straight into the goblin's eye, and he falls over with a sickening hoof.
There would definitely be a lot of I'm sorry's after that.
Terpsichore's turn. Or Illisander, whichever name you're going with at this point.
From her position, can she move to, hurt somebody?
Does she have a... She does have a short bow, so yes. Well, as you're fumbling around, your hands kind of wrap themselves around the bowl naturally. And you feel somehow comfortable with it.
Alright, we'll shoot that one then.
Alright, so you shoot up, and the arrow just misses him, and kind of hits the wall behind him. Lady Vendleton.
So still kind of in a little bit of surprised here, because, oh my god, people are shooting, people are moving, things are happening, and just kind of not sure what's really happening. But hearing the shot, she does go back a few feet and looks up to the goblin. It's like, oh god. And trying to look around, it's like, well, let's try this magic thing, I guess. And as the sword gets tucked back into the waistband, there's a little bit of, it kind of is weird, just looks really weird as she does this, but aims directly at the goblin and casts Chaos Bolt directly at them.
Alright, so to your surprise, a weird mass of energy that's just wrapping around itself in various colors and kind of makes a woo sound as it shoots into the air. And the goblin goes and ducks back and it blasts into the wall behind him. Anything else you want to do?
Besides scream out in absolute terror of what just happened, no.
Anya?
I've got an injured cat. How do I target Sonia?
Oh, maybe I think you double click with the right mouse button. I think is how you target something.
That is how you do it, and she should get 5 hit points back.
Alright.
She is in touch range.
You look at the cat, and you just feel this warmth, and it's almost like a mind's talking in your head, saying soothing words that just come out of your mouth, and you reach out and touch the cat, and just watch as the cuts from the blade, or the arrow, just kind of heal over. And Sonia, you feel much better. Anything else you want to do, Anya?
No, I like where I am because I don't think he can reach me from here.
The goblin his action to hide up here. So he kind of disappears from the lips, so you can't see him. Which brings it back to Maria's turn.
I think Maria's just gonna kind of stay put, because, yeah, she's hurting, she just did something crazy and go kill a guy, and yeah, she's trying to just, like, grabs her arm and just tries to, you know, stop it from bleeding so much.
Perfect. St. Una.
I think he went back up there. Where'd he go? Can I see the goblin from here?
He's hiding, so do a perception check to try to beat his stealth.
Alright. Where'd you go?
Oh yeah, you see him. You see him kind of cowering, trying to hide in the blend into the stone wall, but
Alright. You and me. We're doing this again before he can hurt them again. We're gonna do this. Hadouken! And he's gonna try and cast Sacred Flame again.
what was the DC?
DC 14 Dex save.
Alright. He yelps as the flame once again hits him. How much damage was it?
5 radiant damage.
And then you hear, "Ah!" And then you can't see his body anymore, and you just hear kind of a,
Oh, I think he's dead. Oh God, I just killed a goblin. Anyone see any more?
That's an excellent question. Does anyone see any more?
perception check. You don't see any more goblins, but Alyssa just kind of glances forward and notices that where the bell has hit the floor, it's caved in the cobblestones, and there's clearly a tunnel that leads underneath this tower.
Okay, so Alyssa's just gonna kind of wander over there, nudging the goblin that she shot in the eye on the way, going, "Okay, you can get up now," and just kind of walking over towards it.
You're stepping in blood and brains. It is
Yeah, she's gonna have her crisis of faith later.
the most impressive FX you have ever seen in your life.
Alyssa, I told you this is real. Hey, Maria, Sonia, you two badly hurt? You gonna be okay?
Sonia's unconscious, but we got her stable. Annie is patching her up.
Anya.
Anya, sorry.
Yeah, Maria's just cursing.
Alright, Ina's gonna put her hands on Maria's shoulders. Hey! They're gone. They're gone. We're safe now. It's all...
Yeah, but there's a hole here.
Give me a wisdom check.
Okay. Okay, then I accidentally cast Healing Word on Maria. Maria heals for 8.
Yeah, Maria feels hella better.
Hey, it's alright. You're gonna... Wow!
Yeah, you
Did that arrow just fall out of you?
put your large hand on her to comfort her, and you just feel this warmth in your body, and you've never felt so in touch with everything, and the warmth just extends down your hand, and you watch the slash in her body just heal up, and just watch her color come back in as much as the snake's color can.
don't think. Thanks, but okay.
We actually did that, and you did the poison, and you did you did the rainbow thing, and Jim, you made fire leap out of your hands, and
Deep breaths. You're okay. Put your hands over your head. Just relax. It'll pass.
I will poison you up your nose.
Oh, I think I would throw up if I could. That felt weird. Did that feel weird to everyone else? That pasty thing.
That felt super weird.
It felt natural, almost. Like I could feel Elric and I acting together, but I've also been in a fight before. Maybe the rest of you haven't.
Wait, Elric, why do I know that name? Like, are you in a song or something?
As I recall, the name Elric was actually the character of a famous writer, which Zen didn't know when he picked their name. He actually got it from a random name generator, but it turned out to be a clever reference.
Really? You've never heard of Elric, a Melon the Bone?
He's a famous D&D character.
I had no idea who that was till you mentioned the writer's name and the backstory. I was like, who the heck is that? Oh, that's why you reacted when I said Elric.
The guy who wrote Elric actually played for Blue Oyster Cult.
So, Alyssa, looking down, you can see what seems to be actually not as large as this, but a fairly spacious cavern underneath. And rubble has clearly been formed into a sort of ramp to get down there. So this is clearly not just a hole in the floor. This is clearly, it seems, where the goblins have been coming from.
So theoretically, if these things were real, do you think they could have come out of here? And she points down at the hole. I mean, it looks like a cave. And it kind of smells like a cave. I mean, I think it's a cave.
Yeah, of course it's a cave. It's a cave made from a crashed bell in a stone tower in a fantasy land with goblins and magic and robots and horse ladies and snake ladies and us.
You're doing okay. Don't worry. There's also supposed to be a mayor in here somewhere. Maybe he's down in the cave. She's down in the cave.
Are you telling me it's a mayor of a goblin here?
The mayor of the town from the guy.
No, I don't think that was it.
Who wrote this script? I mean, are we talking Michael here? Because he is such a hack.
Jim, I know you keep telling me to be calm. Respectfully, though, and Yuna's gonna fall on her knees and raise her hands up to the ceiling and cry out, "Yata! This is real! I'm free! Fuck you, Janice! Fuck you, Dad! I'm free! I love you all!"
Are you gonna be okay there?
That felt good. I'm gonna be more than okay. This is the best day of my life.
It's no use. I'm never going to become a powerful wizard and have the power of the universe, not to mention a lot of money. Don't worry, I'll know where you can go to fix all that. Really?
Yes, dilettantes. We make magic items so easy to use, even a child could figure them out. Make your magical and fiscal dreams come true with Dilettante's array of magical items. We have everything you might need, from wands to magical swords. And introducing the new Dilettante's Mystical Bag of Holding. Unlimited loot, unlimited storage. Dilettante's, all the magic, all the money.
I am going to retrieve what bolts I could. And there was definitely a lot of investigating of those goblin bodies.
So if you want to check a goblin body, I need a Constitution save.
I might have rolled that twice by accident. And I got the same roll.
And you got the same roll. All right, you rolled a 6 on the Constitution save. So you go to the goblin's body, and although you've seen special effects and things, this is the first time that, you know, you killed something and there's blood and guts and disgusting stuff, and you start heaving and throw up right there.
Yeah, probably. Yep, that's a little more realistic than I was expecting.
And we'll go over to her, pat her on the back, let it out. It happens to everyone. I've seen plenty of rookies spill their guts. Dead bodies are not pleasant things to be around.
No. What you're telling me is this happens every day, that you wake up and you shoot a green, icky thing in the eye.
Every day.
Well,
Some days I sleep in.
Not green icky things, but and I don't use these kind of things, but I stab things with my spear so that we can have food for the tribe.
Where are you from? I mean, Mike, what about a gun? I mean, come on. What, are you living in, like, the 14th century or something?
Possibly.
Oh, even earlier than that.
To the ice mountain. Between the ice mountain and the water.
Did you see dinosaurs?
What's a dinosaur?
Well, they were usually what was there before the ice came.
That's
Okay, so I'm going to go on a limb.
The raspberry rubble.
And I'm going to say this. Okay, all right. So what you're telling me, besides the fact I have boobs, I'm not sure why I have boobs. We will come back to that. And I don't know why I have pointy ears. We'll come back to that. And I just shot a guy in the eye, and he's not getting up. And you're saying that I've been body snatched.
Yes!
Oh,
That
honey.
is that may be what happened.
Maria's just kind of looking at Alyssa. Flicks her tail.
That's a real tale, isn't it?
No shit.
No. That's going to get the PG-13 rating pulled. We really can't do that. I'm just saying that's a real tale, isn't it?
We tried
Yes.
to tell you before.
Lady V just like pokes Alyssa on the shoulder. It's like, touch my hand and tell me one more time that this is fake.
I'm not touching you.
Touch my hand.
No. I'm not touching you.
Ma'am, if you really want to figure this out, I'm suggesting you touch my hand.
I'm on the cusp of screaming and running into the woods and trying to figure out who spiked my tea again.
Nobody spiked your drink. Nobody drugged you.
So I really killed somebody.
And
Yes.
girl, if I didn't scream and run into the woods, you don't get to scream and run into the woods.
I mean, you killed a goblin. I'm not sure they necessarily constitute as a somebody.
Let's not get into that matter, please.
Hey, I'm just saying, they were clear. I'm hoping they were actually bad guys, because, if someone's attacking me, I take a swing at him, that's cool. That's cool. I don't want to think we're some kind of colonizers swooping our way in here, persecuting whatever the fuck those things were, because just because they're ugly, don't mean the bad.
I'll remind you that they shot me first.
And they made
And that's fair.
They made no attempt to drive us away or be diplomatic in any sense.
She looks a little dumbfounded, like she keeps trying to say something, and she's looking, and she's got her hand over her mouth, because there's definitely a scream in there somewhere. So what you're telling me is I went to sleep, and I woke up in Warhammer. Really?
I don't know what Warhammer is.
This isn't grim enough for Warhammer. This is more like Lord of the Rings.
What the hell is a Warhammer?
Okay, if some frickin' spider comes talking down to me, I'm shooting it in the eye too.
You and me both,
If
Chico.
proves to be a threat, we'll deal with it. But for now, we still have a mayor to rescue, and we need a battle plan.
Alyssa, I know what you just said to Lady V, but this may help. So, would you mind if I gave you a hug?
Yes. No touchy.
Fair enough.
Maria gives Alyssa a bit of a sympathetic look because, mentally she's not really doing much better. And she's like, hey, listen. Just, you know what? Shit's fucked up. It's gonna stay fucked up. You might as well just roll with it. I am probably about not steps, because I don't have any fucking legs. Yeah, I'm like this close to just completely freaking out.
Would you say it would be a slither or two away?
I'm a Sutherland. I'm a body snatcher. I stole some freak's body. Who the hell am I?
Calm down. Wipe the barf off of your lips.
Oh yeah, she's gonna try and get some water out. She's gonna clean herself up. She's gonna look down at her shirt because, well, there's another surprise.
If it helps at all, just take some solace in that you're not alone. You've got all of us with you. We're all in the same boat.
She shakes her head and goes, "Yep, just a group of body snatchers. What the hell are we doing here?"
We might not be body snatchers, but we're here to rescue Mayor Merk.
To be fair, it's an equally plausible explanation. The characters here stole our memories from our world, and the regular us are still in the real world doing their thing.
We honestly don't know.
I'm just trying not to. I'm just trying not to think about it. Let's just focus on the now.
Oh God, they're going to replace me.
Try not to think about that. For all we know, this might end up like Narnia, and we'll end. And if we get back, no time will have passed at all.
I'm still convinced we were drugged, for the record, so, don't discount that either, necessarily.
Yeah, I'm still relying on that too.
Who wants to join me in the goblin hole?
Fuck it, might as well.
Wait, I'm hearing something from underneath that bell. Let me get closer and.
There's a hole down here, and I think there's a cave down there. And if that's where those little creepy green things came from, there may be more.
I think be careful.
Yeah, don't go be getting stabbed in the face or trunk. Or...
Oh, I'm just gonna stand right here and listen. So,
Alright, you can hear faint scrabbling sounds and what sounds like possibly voices, but you can't clearly make out what they're saying.
somebody's down there. They're moving around and they're talking, but I can't tell what they're saying. We should assume it's more goblins.
Should we, move the bell? Would that be helpful?
It would help them know we're here.
Lady V kind of holds up a hand. It's like, I think I might be able to understand them.
That bell is to scale, by the way. It would be a monumental task to be able to move that.
Lady V, could you come over here and try to listen to them?
Turk's just gonna look at the bell, look at her horse body, and go, I could try to pull it, maybe.
Let me see. And Lady V's going to lean in closer to see if she can kind of translate what they're saying down there.
You can hear the sort of scrabbling sound. You can't even hear the voices.
So, who wants to go down first?
Why would we go down there? We know that there's at least something down there, and the last time we came in contact with something, it tried to kill us.
Oh, the mayor's down there.
It
Gotta
doesn't,
find the mayor.
and it doesn't look like there are any upper floors to this tower.
But look, even if the mayor's down there, why? We don't even know.
The mayor had come here originally to see if there were goblins in the area. Turns out they were right. we can presume that they've been captured.
I think there are some people who are not equipped to handle this that kind of hired maybe these body snatchers to kind of pull their tush out of the fire. You know what? I'll go first.
Sonia's going to beat you to it.
Maybe whoever of us has the best protection should go down there.
As you're talking, the cat just kind of slips under the bell.
Or our ninja scout can do that.
Maria's gonna kind of quietly slither over and pop her head down just to see what's going on.
You know, I could, I'm willing to start kind of wiggling under there. I'm not going to let this person go by themselves. And so I will just at least stop, listen before I jump down into the hole.
Church is going to look at it. I can't fit in there like this.
And Alyssa, did you say you're going to climb down there?
I said I was going to take a second, listen before actually kind of, trying to wiggle myself down into there.
Okay, perception check.
Are smart.
You don't hear anything except like the tiniest whispers of possible noise.
Under
Jim?
the assumption that there's still little green guys, so I'm still going to kind of wallow down, like wiggle down in there.
All right, are you going to try to do it stealthily, or you're just kind of wiggling down?
I'll attempt to try and be quiet, but there's no guarantee there.
So roll stealth.
Woo!
Really, cheering doesn't really help with stealth rolls. Jim will try to cast Mage Armor himself, then proceed down the hole sneakily.
Maria will follow the ladies and make a stealth roll.
Lucy will go down after them.
Go down after Lucy.
Maria just rolled a 20.
Lady V is kind of gonna sigh really much and just follow along as stealthily as she can.
Oh, I rolled a 20.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, to the side, a robot has fallen on their face and are trying to get up as best as they can.
I'm willing to help them up.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
I rolled a 2. Do you really need me to roll again?
I roll a 1.
So Anya comes crashing down. Bang! She slips on the rubble going down.
Maria's just looking at the people that are suddenly, snapping fingers and light appears, and she doesn't say anything, but she's kind of got this holy shit expression on her mouth and just kind of mouths, "What the fuck?"
And Alyssa's kind of nodding along because, well, she doesn't need much to see down here, so she's going to get that crossbow ready again.
Sonia's going to hiss quietly at all of you and then start moving down the hallway. Can I check for traps? How I do?
You can check for traps. That'd be an investigation. Let's see, you're already being sneaky, so I'm going to say since you're sneaking, it's kind of clicked on in your head that you kind of saw, like, I don't know, a shadow of something along a corner, since that was such a nice roll. And it just kind of clicks something in your brain that, oh, that might be a trap. And then you wonder, how would you even think that? But then suddenly your whole brain is kind of reined in. And you start scanning, but you see no traps. As you continue, give me a perception check. You hear yipping and snarling coming up from ahead. It kind of echoes through the hallways. From where you are, you can just see some movement up ahead. The tunnel that you're in seems to kind of widen at least a little bit, and you can kind of see just on the edge of your vision something moving.
I want to try to sneak up and stab it.
Alright. Give me another stealth check since you're entering into this area.
Hopefully a better one than the previous one.
So you sneak forward, just whispering along the ground. And you get to the end. I'm going to move you to where you are.
Oh, okay.
Get to here. And you see that it opens up into a larger cave. And in the middle of the cave, there are 4 goblins that are snipping at each other over a small pile of what looks like miscellaneous junk. They don't seem to be paying any attention to their surroundings.
I want to stab the one in the middle.
Wow. All right. So you just slide on over. Go ahead and slide over to where you want to go. Are the rest of you following, or are you staying back?
Nope, I'm following.
Sonia would rather you not follow too closely, you noisy, light-bringing people.
Lucy wants to stay within like 30 feet.
At least until she gets her stabby in.
Anya may not be used to wearing armor, but armor makes a fuck ton of noise in 800 CE, just like it does in Fantasyland. So she's staying pretty far back.
Attack with advantage. Roll it. Well, that hits. All right, you had advantage on the roll. So you can also add sneak attack damage to that. So it's another die 6. Or if you just scroll down to sneak attack, just hit that. 10 points of damage to the goblin you were attacking. It's enough. He dies. So you sneak up behind him, and they are so engrossed in their trash picking or scrabbling over it that they don't even notice. As you reach up with your knife, you don't even notice what's happening as Rain just takes the dagger and just sticks it right in the back of the neck. And you just doesn't even barely make a sound as it just into the vertebrae. And the goblin just kind of stiffens and then just slumps forward. And the other goblins look up and just complete shock. And now we need to roll initiative.
Everybody?
Everybody. And since we're doing it this way, just Terps. Oh, so Terpsichore got a natural 20. So that means not just that you get initiative, but it also means that you can decide where in the initiative order you want to go. So you can go first, or you can choose to go like before the first bad guy, or you can choose anywhere in the slot you want, but you have to decide now. So where do you want to enter the fray?
I guess she'll go first.
All right. And it is Terpsichore's turn.
She will pull out her bagpipes and start playing music to give as an inspiration for everybody.
For inspiration,
I don't know exactly how that works.
You can choose one person to give inspiration to.
Yeah, she moves forward. She'll give inspiration to Sonya.
All right, so Sonya, you have inspiration.
Sweet.
That was only a bonus action, Terp, so you still have an action.
Yeah, right now she's holding her quarterstaff and she's holding it like a spear, so she's going to chunk it like a spear.
Excellent.
Yes.
All right. Roll the attack, but then we're going to subtract the proficiency bonus from it. So roll with the attack with the quarterstaff, but then -2 from whatever it says. So 20 still hits. So you take the giant's quarterstaff and you heft it in your hand. You notice the balance is a little odd, not exactly like the spears you're used to, but you're not too far away from it. So which one are you throwing it at?
Yeah, it'd be the one that's the triangle shape, the top of the triangle next to the dead one.
All right.
It's a heavy pole too, which is funny. She's chunking it.
So we'll just call it the one-handed damage. So it does 5 bludgeoning damage to this thing's head. So you run up, playing the bagpipes, which gets everyone's attention. And then the goblin just looks up at you, and you just chuck this giant pole right at it, and it smashes into their head, and it goes, wah! And then your pole just kind of clatters to the ground. That's my clattering to the ground sound.
So like, damn. I need a good flint head.
Crunch.
She's done.
Sonia, your turn again.
Okay, so you'll stab the one on the bottom then.
All right. You move from the one you just killed and take a swipe at the other one that's beside you, but something kind of shakes in your head, and suddenly you're Sonya again, not Rain, and you're like, what the hell? And you kind of pull back on the attack, and it just swishes right by. And that's when you notice the one that Terpsichore threw the staff at steps forward and swings at you. He swings, but Rain's instincts take over again, and you duck, and it just swishes right over your head. But then, unfortunately, the one that you were attacking also attacks you. And this one hits. So you duck under the swing of the first one, and then your Sonya brain goes, whew, that was close. And you don't even notice the other scimitar coming from the other direction that gets you right in the side and does 7 points of damage.
Ow.
Not good.
And then it's Maria's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna move in a little bit. And I'm gonna cast Bonfire at... So I'm gonna hit the one that Terps hit. The goblin has to succeed a Dex 14 saving roll.
Alright, it rolled a 17. You cast it, and fire bursts out from underneath it, and it goes, yeah! And kind of jumps back, so it's kind of like on the edge of singeing, but doesn't get burned by it. And then it's Yuna's turn.
So she'll move over here. She's gonna target that one with Sacred Flame.
So flame-like radiance just comes like out of the sky, it seems like. It crashes down, and the goblin yelps and kind of jumps to the side and manages to avoid being damaged by it. But you can see the fear in his beady little eyes as the light is reflected in them. In short, he rolled a 20. Anything else?
That's everything for her.
Alright. Lady V.
So, kind of agitated because there's all the fighting and trying to destroy goblins, and in her head it's like a little frustrated. So she takes her full walking distance, and the first thing she does is immediately shouts at the goblins, "Put your weapons down now, or you're going to die." And she'll try to also command that in Goblin.
So make a intimidation check. Oh, jeez.
Nice!
And I had nothing else on that. That was a +0.
Well done.
You don't need a plus anything when you roll a natural 20.
Oh, goddamn!
The 3 goblins that are remaining suddenly jerk their eyes towards Lady V. And you can still see the fear in their eyes and the confusion. And as one, all 3 drop their weapons and step back. Unfortunate for the one who's in the fire, because he steps back into the fire and goes, "Ah!" and then dies.
Murray is just kind of shell-shocked again. It's like, holy shit.
I told you, I speak Goblin.
Tarps is gonna go walk over and pick up her spear / quarterstaff.
Now that we have their attention, try to ask questions, I guess. But I see it as they understood me. I'll try my best to translate. I have no bloody idea.
You're the best we've got.
Lady V is gonna walk a little bit closer and get closer to the goblins and Sonia. And just kind of...
They back or cower back, looking very afraid.
And then the next thing she does is she'll ask the question to Goblin. We're looking for the mayor. He was here.
They point down the hallway, the tunnel you see to, well, kind of behind you and to your left. Well, the one directly in front of you points at that one. The one to the right points at the other path that leads off and away, but to the right.
Maybe he has 2 different answers?
Yes.
She just kind of squints at them as best as she can, and again asked, are you sure that's the way, or are you just trying to pull tails?
They both nod very fervently at the first question and then shake their head just as fervently at the second question, still pointing in both directions.
How many more are there of you here?
Now they look guarded. They look at
Look.
each other, and then they kind of look like they're trying to count on their fingers. And then one of them says 200, and the other one says 3. I'm sorry. One says 200, and the other one says 3.
And she just kind of turns to everyone else like, I think they're like ants. There's a lot. They're saying 203, maybe. More goblins down here.
Oh,
Is he
hell
3 of
no.
them, or 200 and 300, or is he saying there's only 3?
There's zeros. So 200 or 300.
Can I roll insight, or do I not? Is this all happening in Goblin?
The word in Goblin is just the number 3, not 300. Unless you know Goblin, you can try to roll insight to try to, read their expressions or something like that. But you won't be able to understand what they're saying.
I'm going to say, unless asked, I'm not going to, because Anya definitely does not speak Goblin.
What about a roll to to determine how smart goblins are on average?
You can do an intelligence check.
Can Terps roll to unintentionally intimidate them?
Yes, you have no idea of the mental prowess of goblins. Terps, you try to look intimidating, but you inadvertently start licking yourself with an emergency bath or something.
She starts looking like she's going to snarl, and then she pauses and starts licking her arm.
Perhaps if we ask them to bring us to their leader, that one may be a better conversationalist.
That is a possibility, because I don't know. They might just be little soldiers. Fine. But again, we don't know what the mayor looks like, so I don't think us asking for him might help. But I think the leader might work. And so Lady V kind of turns back to the goblins and immediately says, we need to see your leader.
Now they both look very nervous, and they both start shaking their heads. Are you still trying to be scary, or do you want to try persuasion? One or the other.
If I try intimidation, do I need to roll again?
Yeah.
Okay.
See if they're more afraid of you or more afraid of what you're asking them to do.
If you make the intimidation roll, I'll be able to assist you with Elric.
Okay.
Elric will pop up, launch a firebolt between the two of them, then look to Lady V.
Hey, I can do it with advantage.
We going with a 14.
Alright, they look very afraid, but they also look very stubbornly as if they're not going anywhere near where you want them to go.
Lady V just sighs and does the little motion to rubbing the nose, even though there's little there, and just again says, look, we don't want to be here. We don't want to fight you.
They look very excited about that. They point towards the exit.
We need the mayor. A man or...
Both directions.
How do you not know which direction he went?
He could have gone
They look at each other and then point both ways again.
To be fair, both tunnels might lead to the same chamber. How about we tie these guys up and go look?
Right. You know what we're going to do? Because the other people are agreeing with us. We are going to put you on a rope, and you will take us in the directions.
Oh, they look very afraid now. Now they start trying to run.
Are you saying you're
You
gonna
had an
leash?
option. Well, we have no other choice.
Okay, pounces.
They churn and start running.
No, fuck.
We can make a lasso.
Elric will point at the one marked and yell, freeze, and accidentally shoot a rare frost.
Alright. That is an attack roll, right?
Yep. Not a very good one.
Alright, you shoot out. You say freeze, and this bolt of icy blast shoots from your finger, and you're still startled by it that it's not pointed in a direction, and it kind of hits the ground beside him.
Ooh, can cat instincts, kick in? She goes chasing the cops.
Sonia has feline agility, so I can do double my speed during an attack round. So she wants to try to run and stab the one in the back.
All right. Since they're running, you get advantage on that. So, roll attack. We'll just put you right where you think you are. As you get closer to where they are, you start hearing growling and barking. All right, that hits. And that one, you just run up and just jam both daggers into its back, and it just collapses. Dead on the spot. But now you can see ahead of you, there's a low fence. The cave walls kind of come together close, and there's just a rough wooden fence of sorts. It's a very crude looking thing blocking the way. And on the other side, you can see several wolves that are all now paying attention and starting to growl and bark because they hear the noise and see that goblin and you running towards it.
So can she take a run and then a pounce to try to jump on him?
Yes. Do a.
Right, so she's gonna run and pounce.
Do a strength check. You're going to try to grapple. All right, you run up and pounce, but it just squeals and just slides right out of your grip. Because, all right, so you're not used to your paws, and your claws are not out. It just slips right through your paws. Is anyone else going to try to stop this goblin?
Well, I was going to just ask if I could actually move up. Would they be within the crossbow range? Range says 80.
Yeah, so you're well within range.
22?
All right, so you're sitting there watching all this, and your hands just kind of naturally reach down and find this small hand crossbow, and you don't even really think about it. It just kind of naturally comes up, and all that's going into your mind is, we need to stop the goblin, and you just hit the trigger, and it just smacks the goblin right in the back, and it just thumps over, and then twitches. And then
Oh shit, I did it again!
Still. In the meantime, there's lots of barking and growling and snipping. And
that's her response. Oh shit, I did it again.
Sonya can see several wolves are now interested in what's going on and have been trotting towards this gate.